One of the inherent limitations of drift fishing off the bank, either with a bobber or a sinker, is when you throw out, your gear eventually is going to swing back in towards the bank. That's where a drift boat guy has the advantage. When they're side drifting, they throw out, the boat drifts down along with it, and the gear travels in a straight line pretty much all the way down the river. Well, you can do that. It's called the poor man's drift boat. And all we're doing is we're going to find a nice clean gravel bar like we have here. It's got to have some open space. We have a guy fishing down below us, so we're going to pull up before we get to him because we're not going to intrude on his water. If you do know the guy or you're friendly and go talk to him, sometimes it's fun to get guys involved in this. That way everybody's fishing, but we're going to start with just staying above him at this point. But just throwing out, just like you would, and instead of letting it swing back to shore, when I'd be standing in a stationary position, instead, I'm going to throw out, and I'm just going to walk with it like I was in a, just pretend you're rowing a drift boat. And you're just going to follow your drift along like this. And you can see that my rig is just floating in a nice straight line. I'm kind of keeping the line off the water. And again, you can do this. I'm using a float today, but you can do it with a slinky, piece of pencil lead, a sploosh ball. Any of that kind of stuff works. And you just get a nice long extended drift. It's best to do it on these gravel bars that have nice clean gravel so you don't trip. That's not a bad idea to look down every once in a while. And you can just take this as long as you want to go. Again, we're going to pull up here so we don't intrude on this guy's fishing water down below us. But again, if you have a bunch of guys, and what's kind of cool is if you get them all on board with this program, instead of one guy sitting in the hot spot, if everybody's doing this rotation, you can just walk back up and cast out again. It's kind of a daisy chain type of deal. And if you get everybody involved, then everybody has a crack at the good water. So that's kind of cool too. You got to have the right crowd, obviously, but that's the poor man's drift boat. It's actually a very effective technique to catch steelhead.